I'm 82 now, and life has taught me more lessons than I can count. But there's one decision I still think about almost every day, the decision to move into a nursing home. At the time, it felt reasonable. My family insisted it would be safer, more comfortable, and less stressful for me. I trusted their intentions, and I agreed. I believed I was stepping into a place that would make my life easier. But the moment I arrived, I realized something I hadn't expected. The version of care I pictured wasn't the one I walked into. Many people considering a nursing home think of comfort, safety, routine, and support. And while some of that is true, the parts no one talks about can affect your life in ways you won't fully understand until you're already inside. That's why I want to share what I learned, not to scare you, but to help you think carefully before making the same mistake I did. My first regret was losing my sense of independence. It hit me faster than I thought it would. At home, my mornings belonged to me. I decided when to get up, what to eat, and how to spend my time. I could walk outside whenever the weather was nice. I could cook breakfast whenever I felt hungry. I could sit in my favorite chair with my favorite book, no permission needed. But in the nursing home, every day was built around someone else's schedule. Meals arrived whether I was hungry or not. Lights out meant lights out, even if I wanted to stay awake. If I wanted to go outside, I had to wait until someone was available. Simple choices, what I wore, what I ate, when I slept, slowly slipped out of my hands. It didn't happen overnight. It happened quietly. You adjust because you have to. But in the process, you give up small pieces of yourself, pieces you didn't even realize mattered until they were gone. And once those freedoms disappear, getting them back is much harder than you think. If you're considering a nursing home for yourself or someone you care about, ask this question honestly. Are you ready to hand over the small daily freedoms that make your life feel like yours? Because those tiny freedoms are the ones you'll miss the most. Let me tell you about the second regret I never expected, the feeling of being slowly forgotten. One of the hardest truths I faced after moving into the nursing home was realizing how easily life outside continued without me. In the beginning, my family tried their best to stay connected. My daughter came by every week, my grandchildren visited often, and for a short while, it felt like I still had a place in their busy lives. Their presence made the transition bearable, almost comforting. But slowly, without anyone meaning harm, things changed. Calls began replacing visits. Busy schedules replaced promises. Next weekend became maybe next time. It wasn't sudden, it was gradual, like watching the sun set a little earlier every day. Before I knew it, weeks passed without a single visit. The silence became familiar, and I realized something painful. When you move into a nursing home, you move out of the everyday rhythm of your family's life. And the world doesn't pause for you. Holidays were the toughest to face. Families filled the common room, some residents surrounded by laughter and warm embraces. But many of us sat quietly, hoping the door would open for us too. I remember one New Year's Eve, holding my phone, wondering if I should call my son. I didn't want to seem needy. I didn't want to remind him that I was alone. So I placed the phone back on the table and whispered to myself, maybe tomorrow. That was the moment I realized how easy it is for the elderly to fade into the background. Not because our loved ones stop caring, but because we're no longer physically there to remind them that we still need connection. And the truth is, loneliness in a nursing home is different from the loneliness you feel at home. At home, you're surrounded by memories, familiar smells, old routines, and the comfort of knowing you belong there. In a nursing home, even with people around, you can feel out of place, like you're a visitor in your own life. Some residents stopped expecting visits altogether. I saw people who used to eagerly watch the clock slowly stop hopping. They told themselves their families were busy, that they would come next week, that they understood. But deep down, we all feel that quiet ache of being left behind, even unintentionally. So before you make this decision, or before you help someone else make it, ask yourself something important. Are you ready to handle the emotional distance that often comes with physical distance? Because no matter how much your family loves you, being out of sight can quickly turn into feeling out of mind. And that loneliness is a weight that grows heavier with time. In the next part, I'll share how living in a nursing home slowly affected my purpose, the very reason I woke up each day. When I first stepped into the nursing home, I thought the biggest adjustment would be getting used to the new environment. I believed I was simply changing my address, nothing more. But what I didn't realize was that I wasn't just leaving my home behind. I was leaving behind the life that gave me a sense of purpose. At home, even the smallest tasks carried meaning. Making my morning tea, watering my plants, sweeping the porch, they weren't chores. They were pieces of my identity. They reminded me that I still mattered, that I still had things to do and things to care for. Those simple routines were the invisible threads holding my days together. But inside a nursing home, your purpose doesn't get taken away in one moment. It fades quietly. Breakfast is prepared for you, laundry is handled for you, the staff keeps things clean and organized. At first, it feels like a luxury, a break from responsibility. But soon, you notice something unsettling. You wake up without anything to look forward to. I remember sitting in the lounge one morning and watching a group of residents staring at the TV, not really watching it, just waiting for time to pass. It felt like all of us were holding our breath through the days, hoping for something meaningful to happen, but nothing ever did. There was a man named Walter, once a lively farmer who woke up each morning with purpose, animals to feed, fields to walk, work to be done. In the nursing home, he had none of that. One afternoon he told me, "I used to end my day tired but fulfilled. Now I end it tired for no reason." That hit me hard because I felt the same. Losing purpose doesn't make you sad immediately. It makes you empty slowly. You stop feeling needed. You stop feeling productive. You stop feeling like you. And the most dangerous part, the mind weakens when the heart has nothing to hold on to. In here, days follow the same pattern, and it becomes easy to drift. Easy to forget what once made you feel alive. Easy to let life happen to you instead of living it. If you're thinking about moving into a nursing home, ask yourself this honestly. What gives you meaning right now, and will you still have it there? Because purpose isn't something you can replace with a TV show, a group activity, or a scheduled meal. It's something you must protect, especially as you grow older. In the next chapter, I'll share the change I never expected, how my health declined faster inside the nursing home than it ever did outside,